rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Rants and Raves. I'm Steph Beckett, and this is our pre-InfoComm 2026 series in which we are highlighting a few of the sessions that you should check out at the show, as well as a few of the booths that you should be sure to check out at the show. Joining me this time is Ollie Henderson from Jabra. So welcome. This is your first time on the podcast, so welcome.
It is, Steph. Thanks so much for having us, and delighted to be here. Really excited for the conversation.
Yeah, of course. So for everyone watching or listening, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do at Jabra.
Okay, so my name's Ollie. Great to meet you all. I think I'll know some of the community, if not all. Been in AV conferencing for 20 plus years. But at Jabra, I'm Vice President of Product and Portfolio, specializing on the video side of things. So I get to work with great teams, great product teams, great software teams, bringing our portfolio to life. Future-facing vision comes to life, and really diving deep on a lot of the software side of things as well. So hoping that our experiences are really going to grow and improve and evolve over the next couple of years as well.
Absolutely. So first things first, we have the new Jabra PanaCast U30 that's going to be at InfoComm this year. And this is tell everyone a little bit about this product and what its main use case is.
Yeah, so Jabra PanaCast U30 is the very first step on the ladder of video products. So the very first rung on our portfolio ladder, and it's specifically designed as an intelligent BYOD device. Okay, so lots of organizations, especially in the SMB sector, only really deal with BYOD. They're not cut out for kiosk rooms, and it's much more accessible entry-level step into them. So it's really to help out a lot of SMB customers, but also we're starting to see a lot of penetration into the enterprise as well for BYOD, which is interesting. It works better in some rooms than others. I think you'll find your Fortune 500 will very often see the benefit of dedicated Teams rooms or Zoom rooms and the management story that comes around it. And we're not looking to penetrate into that at all. But you may find, in a skyscraper in Manhattan, that has 100 dedicated video rooms. They would be Teams rooms or Zoom rooms with a license attached, but there might be 300 or 400 small focus and huddle rooms where facilities just want to pop a bar in and a screen. And, that's really what the U30 is designed for, but we brought some really great features to it as well.
So speaking of huddle rooms and smaller spaces, why are they such an important focus area right now in collaboration, do you think?
I think what I'm seeing in a lot of organizations now, I'm super fortunate that I do get to hop around the globe and go and see our largest partners and customers. There is a swathe of small rooms being unlocked. I think I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of us that you go into the office and you can't find small rooms and there's just never seems to be enough. So there's a big focus on that. I mean, this little guy, here's one I made earlier. So this is the U30 in all its glory. So this little guy is actually pretty potent though. So even though we recommend it goes into a huddle or a small room, no issue at all with going into rooms of up to 8 people. It's got fantastic audio pickup. The video quality is great. I think really what separates the smaller and huddle room and BYOD or entry-level bars, we're pretty proud that we're bringing this to customers at an MSRP of $899. So that makes it very accessible and democratized, right? It's got a very powerful Android processor in there. And even though we've left it as BYOD, that allows us to put some great features and experiences on it. So for example, you can have customizable wallpapers that you can change in a room. You can have people count, both active and passive, So I think, going back to your question on the focus and huddle room, we don't believe that just because you've got a focus or huddle room being used by BYOD Yeah, that you shouldn't be able to measure the room usage, that you shouldn't be able to have customization, that you shouldn't be able to do wireless presenting and screen sharing. You know, you should be able to get super feature rich experiences, even though it's entry level.
That makes a lot of sense. And a couple of the other features that kind of stood out to me was the 120 degree, is it, field of view? It's got a lot of AI driven video features as well. We've got our intelligent zoom, we've got our dynamic composition, which are, of course, very popular and very usable right now in that market. How important are you seeing that it is for smaller rooms to still feel very inclusive and also engaging for remote participants as well as those who are joining on site?
Yeah, you've picked out some good ones there. Let's kick off with the 120 degrees. That's our first bar with 120 degrees, and we're really proud about that. You know, Jabra's got a great heritage of 180 degrees, and that is a really unique and powerful selling point. But it's a use case. It's not a specification, if that makes sense. So we still have the PanaCast 40 VBS, which you can deploy in BYOD mode. It's actually designed to be deployed as a Teams rooms on Android or Zoom room. But you could deploy that in BYOD mode should you need 180 degrees. But that's only really where the table is up against the wall. More and more, we're seeing lots of customers saying, look, we love that, but our table's not against the wall. We've got some space to play with. And 120 degrees does a very good job. And I think a lot of our video engineers might be thanking us as well. They only have a single lens to work on. There's none of this Jabra magic going on in there, which is very complicated to do. So we've been able to stand up this product quickly. It allows us to have a very clear image at distance. And as I said to you, you know, no real issues with 8 people in a room. I think with regards to the second part of your question and a lot of AI on the device, you know, that's why we put such powerful internal processing inside. We always believe, and one of the cornerstones of the Jabra philosophy is AI on the edge and making sure the device does as much processing as possible on the device. So we do get all of those great video modes, you know, so from speaker tracking to intelligent zoom to dynamic composition, where it actually breaks out into up to 4 individual zones with the context view of the room underneath. And then on top of that, you're still getting intelligent features like intelligent meeting space, where we can delineate an area of the room and make sure people walking past with glass walls aren't picked up. So it packs a punch for the position of it in the market.
It definitely does. And something else that I have noticed that Jabra has focused on over the last few years is making generally collaboration technology easier to deploy and to manage. So kind of looking at the IT side, are you seeing that organizations are asking for that simplicity when it comes to their room video solutions?
Absolutely. So you've hit 2 customers in one question there, which is great. So the simplicity of deployment. Let's start off with the in-user room experience. It's a single cable USB-C, so 1 cable to plug in and they're up and running. And that cable actually comes in the box. It's not an optional extra. You get that full USB 3.2 cable in the box. So you're up and running with a really simple user experience. For the management side, the IT manager, they have to be able to stand this guy up super easily. So not only are we doing things like Jabra Plus, our management platform, where you can manage thousands of our devices in a single pane of glass. We're also, you know, this is the box as well, and we've deployed the deployment windows that we had that was so successful in the PanaCast 40 VBS. This allows installers to keep the device in the box, provision the device, annotate on the box really clearly where it's going and where it's going off to, and just making lives a little bit easier all the way along the install process.
That makes a lot of sense as well. I think that making installation lives easier is like oftentimes a key for everything else to go smoothly even after it's set and it's deployed. So I definitely get you there. So looking ahead to InfoComm, what else are you excited to kind of showcase for all the attendees who are going to be, you know, visiting Jabra's booth?
Well, we've got some really cool things at Infocom. I mean, the entire portfolio is going to be coming with us. So you'll see some great software updates to PanaCast 40 VBS. Some great software updates to this guy, even though he's just launched. We've already got some updates coming that will be available on there, including a partnership with Airtame, which is going to be embedded on the device as well. So you can actually get virtual Airtame mode embedded on this device, which is pretty exciting for us. I think thinking bigger, or room for more as our slogan is, we're going to have the full large room solution there, which I'm just delighted with. Already getting great traction in the market. I'm super lucky. I've just come back from a tour of New Zealand, Australia, and Japan where we were launching it. Loads of great feedback. Those IP cameras are popping really nicely, picking up all the users around the room. The PanaCast speaker mic, getting that great audio in the room. So the large room solution is there, as well as some other exciting little bits that we'll be sharing with people in our NDA room as well. So there's some new products coming out towards the end of the year. We're not quite ready to announce them yet, but things will become a little bit clearer for our NDA customers.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to checking everything out. Last question I have for you is, where can people see all of these products at Infocom? Where can they find you guys on the show floor, and where can they find more about Jabra online?
Yeah, so on the show floor, come and see us at C7373. Quite an easy one to remember. Even I can remember it. So yeah, come and see us there. The guys, brand new booth this year, huge design. Come and see us. There's loads of great people to come and say hi to. Not only have we got all the video products and solutions on there, but as you know, Jabra's #1 in headsets. So we've got some really exciting new headsets with the Evolve 3 line, which I'm a video guy, but I'm lost without my Evolve 3s now. No boom anymore. So
I did that demo and truly was
it's
obsessed.
wild, right?
I've never been able to say oh wow, I'm obsessed with a headset before I did the demo there. So that is a glowing recommendation from me if anyone needs it, to go check these out.
Yeah, my poor co-workers at Jabra used to have to force one on my head because I'm just, we obviously make the Speak 275, which I'm speaking to you on now, and other things. But no, so that's great. So all of that portfolio is going to be there. Online, come and see us at Jabra.com. All the latest product announcements, everything is there, so you can always check that out. I think we also do a very good job on our socials as well. So Jabra on LinkedIn and Instagram as well. So yeah, come and see us wherever you can. But we're really excited to show off what for us is a full portfolio now. I think for too many years, I know for too many years, Jabra didn't service enough of the addressable rooms, especially for our channel partners and integrator friends. We didn't have enough solutions. Now we've got 2 solutions in the small and huddle room, 2 solutions in the medium room with PanaCast 50 and the new PanaCast 55. That expands up into the larger room with a speaker mic and adding a camera, or adding 3 cameras, or adding 5 cameras. So we're really excited that we've got all of those solutions, as well as the scheduling panel outside the room. And as I say, there's a few more things which I'll be sharing with some of our NDA customers as well.
Awesome. Well, Ollie, thank you so much. It was nice meeting you, and thanks for being on our Rants and Raves podcast.
It was great to be here. Thanks so much, and see you soon, Steph.
See you soon. And for everyone watching and listening, don't forget to go to ravepubs.com/Infocom for all your Infocom 2026 news. Again, I'm Steph Beckett, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
rAVe Radio with Rants and